come up with something soon. All right, Clive? What do you want?
I'm going to visit Sid.
Sorry, I'm too busy. I've got to get this thermal
And this...
Only the fastest, finest ship the world has ever seen. Me and my dad designed it together, where other vessels rely on the fickle wind. And those things have got more push than a behemoth in a back, which is where... I may have already talked some type, but the stack's a bit more involved. Thing is, I'll come and see my dad, though. Good old Clive. First things first, the stack will be made up of 3 major components. There's the plating, here, the helm over the top, and the shielding around the side.
Probably best to take it.
Then you'll need to start with the plate. I've got the designs. I'll show these to Blackthorn.
I can't make head nor tail of them.
Luckily, you don't...
I went up to give some greens to...
Blackthorn.
Out with it. This my last chance of something. Go on then.
She said you would...
Krieger's teats. Well, I don't know what, and I'll need help. Get Gavin Otto in here with me.
Right.
So Mid's roped us all in here again, hasn't she? Typical. Still, if that's what it takes to get her to visit Sid's grave, I'll do what I can.
And, what is it we need to do, exactly?
Take a look at this. It's this plating. The usual sword grade steel won't work. We need something that can get very hot, very fast, and still keep its shape. That means an alloy. Something that won't break or buckle at the temperatures she's talking about. Which is where you lot come in. I need materials, and I've got my work cut out already. You'll have to fetch them. Now, there's a special kind of sand I'm after that you can only find out in the Valcroy. Stardust, they call it. As for the rest of the stuff, my usual supply should have it in stock. It just needs buying.
Well, one of us should probably give you an...
And the other can go...
Right then.
Well, make your minds up who's going... Going up. Which one of these?
Gav.
All right, then. So,
There's a river that runs through the southern reach.
southern reaches of the Veldt? I'll go and scout the place.
All right.
While you're off having a paddle. Oh,
You two, eh?
fleece me.
Looks like I found the river. Now where's Gav? Sorry to keep you, Gav.
Better late than never. I've had a quick scout about. I don't know what Blackthorn's planning to do with it, though, but if Stardust is what Blackthorn wants...
Then let's get bagging.
We shall.
So this is stardust. It just looks like black sand to me. That should be enough for now. That's it. Gav's getting on.
You finished?
Enough.
Oh, that might even be... Here... Feels like ages since we had the chance to...
It does, doesn't it?
Back when you first took Sid's name, we were talking all the... And there still is. Those shoulders of yours stop hardly ever see around the hideout. You can take a day off, you know.
Says the man who spends most of his time.
Only because you keep sending me there.
I know I can count on you, Gav.
Likewise. So you keep sending me wherever you need to, and I'll keep going. Safe in the knowledge that I have a home to come back to. Thanks to you. Right. That we'd better get this lot...
You go on ahead.
Oh, after Blackthorn get...
Right. Let's hope this is all Blackthorn needs. Blackthorn.
Yeah. Cheers for the stardust.
We should go out on or beat sneaking around.
I'll make a start on putting this. It'll take some time, mind. So if you've got other...
Thank you, Blackthorn.
Suppose we'd better...
Give us a shout if you need anything.
Well, don't just stand there gawping. You're rubbing me blind, you know. Is that all?
Editors started reading books that don't have any pictures in.
If I don't come up with something soon.
You'll be pleased to hear that Blackthorn's stuff.
Excellent.
So,
The helm, of course. For this, we'll be...
salvage from the ruins.
Ah, but we don't have to.
I'm sorry.
Just so happens there's one particular ruin that's broke. What's the name back there? I'll give you all the details.
What's her name?
Oh, Sid.
Yes.
I'll show you the plans then. Here you see the Mithril engine, in which excess heat is dealt with by means of... Now, were we to rely on thermal plating, in other words, the reactor would... This is where the helm comes in. It connects to the plate. Our experiments have shown that fallen ceramics are remarkably thermophilic. They can and not only that, they're also waterproof. Why? If sea or rainwater were to enter the reactor proper, it would vaporize instantly. The forces...
You can stop there. Mid said we might... Where would I find it?
Ah, yes. The thing is, well, it's no longer a matter of just walking in.
I see. Would that help?
Oh, very much. I'll gather my team and...
I'll be taking you all to a storehouse in the Bales. Leave anything you don't need behind.
Oh, the ruins...
Of course. Anybody home? The things I did...
Sid!
You shouldn't have any...
Indeed. Well, don't let us...
All right.
We're seeing troops amassing at every border. No surprises there.
How may I help you today, Clive? All yours. Here you are. All done?
Mid might need some. Oh, tidying up.
If I don't come up with something soon.
Mid.
Excellent.
And just...
Right.
How so?
The plating's enough to stop the engines going pop, but those things will still be spitting out enough, which is why you need proper shielding. A prism for the dragon's breath that's blazing away inside. I thought a triple thick layer. The helm and the plating are bulky enough as it is. Add any more weight and the whole ship would be at the bottom of the briny before we'd even started. I need something light. But I've wrapped my brains and
Well, if I were in need of it, I know whose counsel...
Tomes, I've got all the details written down. Can you take this to him?
Right away. Hippocrates.
For you, Clive?
Well, actually, it's for... Could you take a look at it? She has some specific requirements for the yet remain cool enough on the outside, as you can imagine.
I see.
I wondered if you might know of a solution.
Perhaps.
What do you mean?
Consider the lake we have made our home. It's black, and yet we have...
But Bardolph must varnish every board twice over to keep it from rotting. I see.
Early Gregorian histories speak of it before the dragoons tamed the worms and wyverns of the realm. Nobles would
So if we could recreate it...
It might be applied to some material or other in order to provide the protection needed. I shall speak to them, and if you would be so kind as to procure the necessary ingredients, the knowledge of the past...
Thank you, Hippocrates. And since you're asking others to help you...
So you need a hand?
We do. I'll be heading to market for the ingredients we need.
The other can assist me...
Can we count on your aid?
Always. Well, if Jill's game.
Thank you.
I am sure either of these fine young minds would prove indispensable in... So, Clive, who will accompany...
All right, so...
I have taken the...
Garlic. Are you sure this looks like the ingredient?
Though these items may seem mundane, so much so, in fact, that they will... Now, of course, they can...
Well, I was hoping to be able to make a trip of...
All right.
I'll see you later, Clive.
Good luck with your research. Now, where's Talia?
Keep them pilgers nice and chill.
Need to stock up on
I
these.
won't have you.
There you are.
Ah, and there... We shouldn't have any problems finding what we need in a place like... But if time is of the essence...
All right.
Let's see now. Meet me by the gate when...
Welcome. You've a keen eye. I'll be here if you need me.
Oi, don't touch anything. And
There's talk. How the hell is anyone supposed to afford that?
You haven't much, but you're free to look. Ah, yes.
That should do it. Hopefully Talia's finished too.
Fresh cuts. Come and get them. Up. You'll not find a bruised pippin.
Well...
I did.
Garlic and pepio nuts. Job done. We should get this back to Tomes. But... Do you know? In all the years since you and that scowl of yours...
Well, it seemed long overdue.
I was hoping to restock my supplies of herbs and liniment. No luck, though. My usual supply...
I'll ask Karen when we get back. What is it?
Oh, I came here with Sid once. And just like today, I came away empty-handed. Has it really been 5 years? I remember it as if it was yesterday. Hold on. Does that mean it's been 5 years since we met? Feels a lot longer.
It does. Thank you.
For what?
For everything.
Do you think I'd stick around? But in the spirit of sharing and caring, you're appreciated too. Well, I ought to get these ingredients back. I'll meet you back at the hideaway.
All right.
I heard you the first time.
Wonder how Hippocrates is getting on with the moon dew. How's work on the...
Well, very well. I was just explaining to... And now that we have all...
You can count on me.
What about the shielding? Its
work is underway.
Apparently, it'll...
Thank you.
Right then. Of course. Oh, and Clive. It was good to talk.
It appears I'll... A shame. When both the shielding and the moon dew are ready, followed by a perhaps some...
Leave it to me. Thank you, Hippocrates. Well, I'd better go and give Mid the good news then.
Editors started reading books that don't have any pictures in.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Mid, but you'll be pleased to know that work...
You found something for...
In a manner of speaking, Hippocrates is supervising the construction.
Brilliant.
Don't thank me.
Right then. Bet to the black.
You know, when I thought I'd be making salt...
Displacement stack.
Same different. Whatever you call it, I ain't putting it together, innit? Let's take this outside. Mid, you get all the parts lined up.
On my way.
Oh, and bring me the biggest hammer you can find.
It's finished. It's finally finished.
Thank fuck for that.
Thank you, Clive. That's one down and just...
I'm sorry.
Oh, didn't I tell you? The Enterprise has 4 mithril engines and will...
You don't mean...
Now they've got a finished one to work off. My gang...
Good luck to them, I say. Right, I'm off to get a sling for this elbow.
What's the matter?
Nothing. Thinking about the Enterprise sailing off, searching for a land untouched by the Blight. So if the worst came to the worst and every scrap of soil... That's what she was meant to be. But now she's so close to being finished. I don't want her to be just a lifeboat. I want people to sail aboard her by choice. In a world where we're not just trying to survive, but...
I'm working on that, and I'll do everything I can to get you what you want.
All right. As soon as the Enterprise is fit to sod our plans, I'm trusting in yours.
Are you sure about this?
Something tells me it's...
He'd be proud of you.
You,
I was.
Right. There's just one thing I need...
All right.
Aye, aye, Captain.
told me she was building a ship.
That's a ship. Let's sail it around the lake.
You cracked the crystal too?
Trouble with the ledgers. What could be wrong with Torgor? Hopefully it's nothing. I got your note. You think something's wrong?
So you can read. But I didn't say I were wrong with him. I said he used to love cracking the bones from Molly's boil. Didn't like him. You not been working him too?
No harder than you. Is that it, boy?
What was it you said he was?
That's what the lawsman seems to think.
Then maybe they saw our summit.
I suppose things have been different since Rosalith. Perhaps Hippocrates knows something.
Instead of everything, you mean?
Lawsman.
He isn't ill, is
I don't think so. She says he's hardly been touching his bones.
I rather think she might be. All canids are instinctively, and I see no reason why a frost wolf should be any different. If we assume that his... It may well be that the Bones Lady frost wolves, after all, habitually prey upon... As to where one might find a suitable substitute...
I don't recall ever seeing...
And little wonder. The oldest and the last elder antelope sighting I recall.
Even so.
Good hunting,
Blackthorn.
Not really, no.
This won't take long. I just wanted to ask that you might still be doubting your craft, perhaps sharing a
That bastard still. You got to... He's just... What?
And that was?
A sword. The metal itself wasn't anything to write up. You could slice a man clean in two with a weapon like that.
So that's what's troubling you?
No. Not troubling.
And if you knew how to do it, we could arm the curse breaker.
That's about the size of it.
I'll see what I can find out. Sharper swords are all... And we can't have our master blacksmith.
You're a soft touch, you know that. But I can't say I'm not grateful.
Thank you. Let's see what Karen knows. You're looking well.
What do you want?
I want to know about the sword you showed.
Running around after it?
I suppose I am, yes.
Little wondrous. There's not many like that make it as far as the twin, which made it nice in it.
Can you tell me who bought it?
You think I tell people? Suppose you're not likely to go nicking him off me, are you? Fine. Lord Ignac's the man you want. Delmecki, and he's got more money than sent. Reckon he'll still be at the inn in...
Thank you, Karen.
Oh.
I appreciate the...
Here, sit.
Let's hear it.
Well, it's a lovely bit of kit, yes. Problem is, which is why
I imagine Ty could get some use of
proper job.
So what exactly do you need for this film?
Nothing but Bomb Ashel gave me a sample she'd obtained. You pour the blackest blight balls. So, I did a bit of... And do you know what I found then?
I take it that's where I come in.
I saw a billet on the hump. Would have gone myself, but, well...
All right. I'll see what I can do.
Thank you kindly. And a good...
Think mid. Need some help.
Clive.
That's why I'm here.
Shh. Oh, don't make me listen. A little. Listen. And eat. Sadly, that I can straighten it out. I'm gonna need help.
Be late for that.
There you are.
So let me get this straight. And instead of coming, you get Clive to come to you. The man in charge of the place you've been cheerfully trying to... Well?
Oh, just Martha.
We owe 3 of our most trusted friends...
Each. They lent us the bulk of the money we used to rebuild the hideaway, you see.
Do we have that much to hand?
No, we don't. After the king's ransom we had off him, he deserves better besides.
All right. Is there anything I can do?
There might be. How'd you fancy taking these?
Rocks.
Rocks, he says. A little something, Sid, and I reckon 15 million in overdue debt probably qualify.
I'm sure there will be.
But you know how it is with this place.
I know.
Go. Because I'd rather Lady Karen killed you.
Well, I suppose this is goodbye then.
Don't worry. I'm sure Karen will understand.
Really? Do you think so?
No, I don't. You...
Clive!
I wasn't expecting, but it seems we still owe you, and though I doubt it's what you...
A star, Rube. It's worth at least twice what you owe me.
Think of the difference as interest.
Interest? If we're... Anyway, why are you a bit much sending the Lord Marquis?
Something like that.
Same as always. Back when the place was nothing but a twinkle in the eye of a recent... Probably knew that without his strong arm, Sid may have been the face of the... And when Sid passed away, we were...
His death was hard on everyone.
But he didn't give up, did he? Quite the... I reckon what he saw, and don't we all? That, and...
Let's go. Run like the wind.
No mistakes. It's certainly quiet. If I were a giant antelope, it seemed like just the place. I doubt we'll find one bigger than that. You hungry, Torgal?
It's over.
Now. Will it be enough? I say that, which means we owe the lawsman. I'm just a big puppy. Lady Karen will be relieved, eh? People take notice of wealthy men. Shouldn't be too hard to track down Karen's collector.
The St. Drake's Fang is gone.
My reputation will...
Calm yourself, Lord.
Pardon the intrusion.
Out! Get up! I paid for these rooms so I wouldn't be
Please. His lordship is going through a difficult...
Redeem!
Very good, Lord. Would you mind stepping up?
I'm sorry if I've...
That? Oh, no. That's... He's been dispossessed of his luggage, you see.
I don't suppose a certain blade was a single-edged sword.
Ah.
Then I'll retrieve Lord Ignac's luggage.
You have but to state it.
I want an audience with Lord Ignac.
A condition I would be a fool.
I don't suppose you saw with the thief.
I did not, no. Though every ill-gotten coin and...
And that's where I'm heading.
I shall speak to Lord Ignac.
That will be very kind of you.
Farewell.
Fly, Ambrosia.
This must be ignorant. Nothing seems to be done. All right.
I hear I have you. What shall I call you?
Wyvern.
A formidable, well, Wyvern. Redeem here tells me...
A few moments of your time should...
You're a peculiar...
Master Wyvern was wondering if you could tell him.
Oh, true. Karen drove me hard on the price, but I would have sold her rat. It was made in the... and is used they believe. No combat should ever exceed. Each sword is made for that one perfect... There's a brutal sort of...
But how do they hone such an edge?
Why, they use a whetstone, of course. Whetstones, rather. A whole array of them, right? But it is the final a mineral, quite foreign. And that, Wyvern, it occurs to me that my little... Take this, together, the very stone of which I spoke. Far and afar more.
Thank you.
Pardon the intrusion, my lordship.
I am locked in bitter... I am one step ahead of...
Are there many other
Too many to count, but only one do I... And is a perennial... Farewell, Wyvern, may I... Redeem! We must...
I think his lordship is rather... Coming, my lord.
Trust Uncle Buck now. Let's...
There's talk that the glass gate flood.
Did you hear? The gates to heaven.
I want to see you again.
What am I going to do without Sweetwater and oil of talc?
Milady.
Gift? Oh, Ma?
Otto asked me to settle the hideaway and to...
I thought you might tell Otto he can keep his bauble. The man owes me nothing. My contribution to the restoration.
You once told me Sid did you a kindness. I'd like to do the same. And for Otto's. For all...
Otto is lucky. I doubt anything could ever replace his son. But you...
Otto had a son.
Long ago. Yes, and blamed himself. I don't know how it happened.
I didn't know.
How could you have? Besides Sid, I've never met an ill habit. Given...
Go will want to know the stones were delivered.
Ready, go?
back to the stables, girl. Your Majesty. Your reign is over. Now to collect the ash. I should probably have brought a bucket. This looks like the stuff. Let's see if there's any more. That should do it.
Is that the thing Tomes helped to build?
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Good. So Lady Karen accepted...
Ah, but she was just too stubborn. She threw it right back in my face, in fact.
Karen refused...
I hope it wasn't...
I'm sure you were as tactful as... Lady Karen, Goad tells me you want... Would you prefer the debt was repaid in coin?
What debt? I may have tossed it, but those were donations.
Of course not. Surely you wouldn't shun the gratitude of a pauper.
Oh, fine. But I'm selling it and taking what I'm owed, then you'll get... Where'd you even get this? A canny one, meanwhile, might claim it were nicked. Might be I already have a buyer in mind. Might be you even know her. A fine continent. You wouldn't mind, would you?
Not at all.
I hear you ended up... Thanks to this... I sometimes wonder what...
Speaking of which,
Oh! So you remember what...
Right.
I've seen that before.
Yeah. It was the only goblet Sid ever used.
I knew so little about
Most people.
Martha and the Dame, but how long did you know?
Before he died, back in the day, I was a purser on a truck. He bought passage to... We set up drinking Island rum until them quit my post not long after that. But me and Sid stayed close. That was the magic woke inside my sons, and there was no hiding.
Couldn't you and your family have...
My family wanted the months. I couldn't turn my back, and I couldn't for the life of... Luckily, it was him who stood beside me when... Him who cried... Him. And he was true to his word, too. Threw away everything he had. I knew then. He was always too clever for his own good, was Sid. Saw the world for what it really was, while the rest of us were content to go along with the lie we were shown. And it can't have been easy, bearing that burden alone. But he didn't let it stop him. He never lost faith in what he believed was right. And that gave us faith in him. Faith he'd steer us true. So I swore to myself that I'd always be right behind him, ready to catch the stubborn sod, if ever he should fall. But I couldn't even do that. Ignore me. Just the ramblings of a tired old man. Leave that lot. I'll tidy it up in a bit.
This is Sid's handwriting. Dear Otto.
I may be drunk, but I wanted you to know this place would be fucked without you. Love you, you grumpy old sod.
This note.
What about it?
Sid was right. Without you, we'd all be lost.
He should have bloody well said so then. Just once. Before he went. But then, why would he? Him, or anyone? I'd only have told him to piss off. You're wrong, though. Both of you. It was never just me keeping the hideaway afloat. It was all of us. I just shoved people in the right direction, and I barely seem to be able to do that anymore.
Would you rather go at the helm?
Well, maybe I've got a few more years left in me.
I'm going to hold you to that, Otto.
Before you go, Sid would have wanted you to have this.
But that's...
This'll do me just fine. Thanks for the ray of sunshine. I'll see if I can't pay you back.
Already have.
Mid told me she was building a ship.
I noticed you and Torgal. So, Molly's leftovers weren't good enough, eh? Well, I'll take... Now we know what you're after. I can see about getting some in.
Speaking of which, I brought one for
You can, aye. In return, you...
I was just on my way to see...
Ah, Clyde, were you able...
We were indeed, Lawsman.
Very good.
Lady Karen sends her thanks, by the way.
Ah. Do you recall our conversation concerned...
About how she
Precisely that. A reason that the Fenrir of legend, and while the powers attributed to him are certainly
What are you suggesting?
That Torgal may be the best. Consider that in addition to Lady Jill, in short, the icons hitherto near at hand, and that number has only grown. One can but speculate.
He has seemed more...
And if I'm not mistaken, he will grow...
Sorry for the wait, but hopefully you'll agree.
You learned something about...
I did better than that. Yes.
No wonder I couldn't get one hit and all done, eh? Might not be so bad if all you ever fought were duels. Good luck on the battlefield.
Even so,
I think so, yeah. With this whetstone and the right kind of... But there'd be no replacing this little rock one. I reckon we get a dozen swords that the curse breakers wouldn't know how to wield. Nah, no point trying to copy that thing. But finishing our blades with a whetstone this fine. And what's finer than fallen masonry, eh? Just imagine it. Good valor... I won't make a copy now.
I'm sure the curse break just...
I've been working day and night since I was off. Hey, I owe you one, August.
You'll be happy to hear.
And I'll see that my debt to you. You come and find me.
Right.
What do you need? Not saying fortune, do you? And? Back, are you? So, what'll it be? No scratches, right? Anything else?
I went up to give some breeze to the...
Wish I could take one.
All right there? How's that hunt?
I have it here.
That's the stuff. You're a gent, Sid. Right then. Telemon, man.
Very impressed.
Says the man who...
There's no...
Don't be... Why don't you let me take a look at that?
What?
Well, we happened, thought we might use it to breathe new life. Ah, I reckon if we slap it...
Well...
That's the spirit. Well, what do you reckon?
It certainly feels...
Right?
Thank you.
Nona, for supporting Mid and the rest of us in Orin. And I'm telling you.
Think Mid might need some help.
How may I help you today, Clive? Your benefactors are a generous lot. You earned this. All done?
All right, Clive. Asterix. Mid finished sending half the hideaway traipsing across the twins. No excuses now.
Not quite. She said that...
She said that.
She...
Clive, were you born yesterday or something? She'll probably be halfway to Canva.
Mid.
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Is that the thing Tomes helped with?
Obelith.
Yep. You in a hurry at all, are ya? But anyway, I got a letter. Urgent, by the sound of it. One of your uncles...
Thank you, Obelith.
Don't mention.
What tidings? Trouble in Canva. Well...
So what? Mid...
Well, but next time you plan on visiting...
Ah, don't be so hard on her. Just like when we built this. Anyway, we all set to head to the old hideaway. Wouldn't do to keep Lord Rosfield of the Seven High...
Gav will be leaving with me.
You can count on me. Just be sure give Sid.
Oh, by the way, she's got some things to take.
I hope she's telling the... Well, Sid, I remember what you told me. That if no one is listening to what you have to say, you may as well not say it. But I will say this, old friend. Hugo Cooker is gone. His shadow looms over us no longer.
It's a pity the Phoenix can't be in two places at once. If he'd have been with us, maybe he could have done something for the lost.
Not even the Phoenix can bring people back from the dead. Life has a beginning and an end. So we must live while we have the chance. And not as slaves to the crystals, but as free men.
May we join you?
Lady Karen, what a pleasant surprise.
I thought I'd drop by and see how you were all doing before heading off to restock my supplies. It wasn't the most scenic view back then, but it were never as bad as this.
I know. The Blight marches on. And soon, there'll be no escaping sights like these. So our mission remains unchanged. We cannot stop until every Mother Crystal is gone, and their thirst for ether with them. The only one that remains in Storm is Drake's Tail in the Crystalline Dominion.
Our next target.
We're going to Twinside.
It's the capital of the Empire these days. I wouldn't like to think how tightly guarded they've got the place. Not that that'll stop you. But we do well to scout it out before you go charging in.
We would indeed.
If you're off to the Dominion, you can take this great lump with you.
Goods.
Oh, I am sorry. Have you forgotten you're the most wanted man in the Twins? I thought you might like to disguise yourselves as the attendants of a travelling trader, assuming you've no better ideas. You wanted to buy yourself some tools, didn't you? Well, now's your chance.
You're letting me go with them? Oh, thanks, Nan.
Stop that! You'll break me bones, you great galoot. There's a caravan that runs back and forth between the Dominion and the Bocklad markets. It's managed by the Merchants Guild. Just show them Goots' traders past. and you'll be on your way. It'll be a damn sight less risky than footing it the length of the Crystal Road. That's for sure.
Thank you, Karen. And glad to have you with us, Goot.
Okay then. I'll get me things, and I'll meet yous there. See yous down in Buck, lad.
Get off! Me poor fingers!
Jill, you're with me.
Understood.
And Gav,
Already on my way, Captain.
be careful.
Aren't I always?
Do you see that, Sid? Your protege's making a proper little outlaw of himself.
How are you feeling?
Better. Thanks to Taya.
I'm glad to hear it.
And Torgal helped too. Didn't you, boy?